Hi, Coach Chong Z here, and thank you so much for attending the session. I'll just give people a few more seconds to get logged on and ready to get started. But in the meantime, make sure you can give this session your full focus and attention. We'll be doing some exercises, so it's going to be hands-on. Some people say seeing is believing. Where fascia is concerned, feeling is believing. So you will need to grab a tennis ball or some kind of small ball and a towel. Don't worry, it will all make sense later. And if you don't have them in hand, still stick around. You can watch the exercises and give them a try at a later time. The most important thing is you are seeing and feeling what fascia can do for you. Let's get started with making sure you're in the right place. This session is for anyone who suffers from or doesn't wish to suffer from chronic pain in their life and still wants to remain active and perform well doing the sport they love. Maybe you struggle with hypermobility or chronic knee, back, shoulder, foot, joint, or neck pain. Equally, you could be a budding athlete who wants to take their progress to the next level, but doesn't want to at the risk of lifelong injuries and pain. If you tick any of those boxes, what I have to show you today will benefit you as a long-term and crucially sustainable transformation. You will see how possible it is for you to move effortlessly, repair current injuries, and protect yourself from future injuries too. It's nothing like you've seen before, and I will prove to you why that's a good thing. As I said, I'm going to show you not one, but three simple exercises that you can walk away with to do at home and see the benefit of this training. So make sure to stick around and take this seriously. Before we get into the exercises, I want to introduce myself and explain to you how I came to discover the power of Hyperarch fascia training. You see, I've been perfecting the methods of Hyperarch fascia training over the last 7 years. Before that, I trained in martial arts in Beijing as a child. When I moved to the US, I realized I wasn't the best when it comes to sports competition, but I'm very competitive. I wanted to win. I was losing in competition and in a fair amount of pain in trying to make myself better. I went to the doctor and sports medic, and they gave me the age-old advice to rest and strengthen muscles. But that didn't work. I got extremely frustrated. It's one thing being told to rest and stopping what you love to do together for a while, but it's a whole other thing when the rest and strength training doesn't even work. I knew there had to be a different and better way than what mainstream media had to offer. If you are suffering from an injury, you'll probably try your fair share of them. Steroid injections, painkillers, non-stop PT sessions, stem cells therapy, lifting weights. Nothing seems to stick, and if it does, it's short term, and the injury either resurfaces later down the line or another injury pops up in its place. It's crazy to think that for a $37 billion industry, there was still no steadfast solution to chronic pain and persistent injuries. All they have to offer is this jaded view that it's the lack of the physical draw. They convince you that all-star athletes are simply born with superior genetics, natural talent, subconscious genius, or a combination of all three. Well, I will admit these attributes do help greatly. I've made a discovery that provides the greatest chance of leveling the athletic playing field. A finding so important, I strongly believe, is the secret of athleticism. The X factor elite athletes use daily that has been off limits to the general public until now. It can help compete against a lot of surgeries, therapy, training gears. We already have like knee braces, massage guns, insoles, compression sleeves. Products you likely have a growing collection of in your home, hoping a miracle might happen one day. But before we get into that, I want to share how I discovered it. It was completely by chance. Being someone who's never afraid to work harder, I turned into the crazy gym goer after rest, and traditional options didn't work for me. I figured if I got bigger, stronger, fitter, and leaner, it might help. But the more I lifted, the worse I performed. Maybe you've experienced this too. It was made worse by the fact that my gym buddy, who was a good friend of mine called Pete, had a super skinny build, but was extremely athletic. He also had no knee pain even though he could tip dunk at 5'9". I will admit I was jealous. Pete clearly had the all-star genetics. That would be the only explanation, right? Wrong. One day, we were hanging out at his house, and I noticed something odd on his feet. I asked him how he got this foot to look like that, and he looked confused. He never even realized his feet were any different, let alone be able to tell me why. I can't tell you what made me do it, but it niggled at me enough to look into it further. It took 7 years of grueling research, trial and error, to discover it. This pattern is consistent across different fields of sports and stood the rest of time and racial difference. LeBron James, James Harden, Rafael Nadal, Ronaldinho, Mike Tyson, Jesse Owens, Babe Ruth, Carmelo Anthony, Serena Williams, Neymar Jr., Westbrook, Ivana Spanovic all have this type of consistent pattern on their feet. I experimented on myself and constantly challenged mainstream theories, redirecting after dead ends, and venturing where few athletic trainers and coaches have ever gone before. Ultimately, it led me to find roots in Asian Tai Chi principles with cutting edge modern autonomy and life studies. The result is the Hyperarch fascial training system, a holistic training system that I've been perfecting over the last 7 years. A system that increases performance while offering incredible protection. One that my students have used to recover faster from injuries and take their athletic performance to the next level. So, if you are ready to elevate your game, enjoy every moment, and stop fearing injuries as much, this is something you must know about. In my opinion, it's the biggest discovery since electricity because of its sheer physical and athletic transformation capabilities. For example, with this system, we have taken a regular kid of Caucasian descent who had chronic knee pain to a Division I basketball scholarship. We have helped people with chronic pain that the mainstream had no way of healing. And perhaps our proudest achievement is Zhang Wei Li, the current UFC champion at the strawweight division. Thanks to her dedication in this training, she is now a UFC champion who came from nowhere and knocked out ex-UFC champion in 42 seconds. Then defended against another ex-UFC champion, Joanna. The fight was later crowned to be 2020 Fight of the Year. At the height of Zhang Weili's story, she has become a household name in China with 5 million followers on social media platforms. So let's get into it. What is Hyperarch fascia training? Firstly, you have to understand what is Hyperarch mechanism. People assume that elite millionaire athletes use their feet the same way regular people do. But this is completely false. I have uncovered a natural fascial mechanism that can stabilize the ankle joint naturally and help reduce sprains. So right off the bat, if you practice how to activate your own hyperarch mechanism, you won't suffer another ankle sprain again. It is unlike any other training you have done before. Almost all other training methods focus on muscle training, which is completely different from the fascia. Muscle training is a crude way of controlling the body. It focuses mainly on strength, regarding muscle utilization as on-off switches. When it comes to strength training, doesn't it seem like all everyone cares about is lifting more weight and going all out to failure? But think about what happens when you are jogging in a marathon, dribbling a soccer ball, or taking a jump shot. You rarely use your muscles at a 100% power, or not at all. Every motion requires a fine degree of control, utilizing the right muscles in the right order with the right strength with the right timing. And this is where fascia comes in. The fascia influences multiple layers of connective tissue within the human body. This connective tissue runs all throughout your body. It doesn't just hold all of your muscles and organs together, but also has sensory and mechanical properties that explain some poorly understood sports and medical phenomena. By strengthening the fascia and tendon system of the body, it allows you to control your body with extreme accuracy and precision. This is the difference between consistently making jump shots versus being streaky, or the difference between nailing a penalty kick in the top corner of the net versus blowing high into the stands. This is what makes the difference between good athletes and professionals. Essentially, it's looking deeper than current mainstream exercise science, which is solely based on and pretty obsessed with muscle. Whereas our work is based on the fascia derived from the ancient martial arts of Tai Chi, we address a lot of myofascia related chronic conditions from the root. It's reverse engineering what goes on in the subconscious neurological level of an elite athlete, and it works. Fascia science is growing in popularity and credibility. In 2018, the New York Times posted about it, and there's more and more research being done by scientists like Dr. Robert Schneip. He is one of the founders of Fascia Research Society, which I am a member of. He had published a paper that for the first time, the rate of fascia research is surpassing muscle. It's an exciting and powerful discovery that I know will change the game for injury recovery and physical transformation. I'm going to show you very shortly its power for yourself by walking you through 3 exercises to try right now and persist with. But first, I want to share with you what you can expect and experience from fascia training in terms of benefits. Resolving pain. Hyperarch fascia training has helped many athletes reduce pain in foot, ankle, shin, calf, elbow, shoulder, neck, knee, hip, and back, allowing them to focus on what matters, enjoying the sports you love without nagging pain getting in the way. Increased athletic performance. Hyperarch fascia training enables you to utilize your body more holistically. This gives you finer control over movements and releases more power extraction, allowing you to run faster, jump higher, hit harder, and much, much more. Reduce future injuries. Hyperarch fascia training utilizes your body's fascia network to create an internal brace. This reinforces your body's muscles and tissues to create a stronger structure that reduces the risk of injury. It's the same reason authentic martial arts masters are able to break through cement blocks without injury. Recover from injury faster. Hyperarch fascia training uses a holistic approach to help correct the cause of injuries so you can recover faster. Unlike band-aid fixes that mask symptoms, Hyperarch fascia training fundamentally corrects imbalances and reinforces tissues to restore your body to its natural state. Increase agility and explosiveness. Hyperarch fascia training helps you develop a more rigid structure, so there are few losses when applying force. It's like trying to play golf with a foam club. It's impossible to transfer all the force you generate to the ball. Increase stability and balance. Hyperarch fascia training gives you a deeper connection to your muscles, giving you finer control of your muscles, so you will move more harmoniously, precisely, and with more stability. This is how the pros can take a jump shot, swing a golf club, or throw a punch with precision and accuracy every time. Increase stamina. A loose structure and imbalanced muscle engagement creates losses when applying force. Hyperarch fascia training creates a more rigid structure and harmonious muscle engagement as you become more fascial driven and less lactic acid is produced from overactive muscles. You generate effortless movement with increased stamina. Increase stride length naturally. Hyperarch fascia training allows you to recycle energy while running. This puts a bounce in your step, which makes you lighter on your feet. As a result, stride length naturally increases without overstriding. Transform your quad dominance to glute dominance. Hyperarch fascia training helps you develop a conscious connection from your feet to the glutes. This allows you to tap into the power of your body's largest muscle, the gluteus maximus, and it's where the explosive power from all elite athletes come from. It's this combination of benefits and factors that helped enable us to help hundreds of people resolve their chronic pain, perform better, and continue doing what they love. Okay, so enough with the talking for now. Fascia training speaks for itself. Now, if you do struggle with chronic pain, you might be worried of completing exercises. Being still was the cookie cutter solution to chronic pain, but an increasing amount of experts, even in mainstream treatment, are acknowledging the need to move to overcome joint pain. I know it's the last thing on your mind when you hurt all over, and you are fearful of more wear, tear, and inflammation. Yet, the key truly is to keep moving, and fascial training is built on those principles. Forget about expensive procedures, potentially damaging pain pills, and staying still and letting all your injuries seize up. This is a natural and gentle way of rehabilitation, and I strongly urge you to try all three exercises. This is the fascia rolling chart.
So I'm going to show you how you can roll following the fascia health chart, right? Each area, each red areas on the fascia health chart, you want to be rolling gently with a tennis ball, like what I have here. And we're going to start always from the bottom up. So you will work on the bottom of the foot first, and then your calf, and then your quad, and then your glutes, and then you switch to the other side. Same thing. When you need to roll on the upper back and shoulders, it's better to roll against the wall so the pressure is less, especially on the areas on your spine. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So you want to spend 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes on each area. Okay, and if you find a spot that's in your foot, you do not want to just press on it. You do not want to do that. You want to roll across the tissue, okay? And you want to soften it. And many people ask me, should I use a lacrosse ball or some type of iron bar for rolling? My answer to that is no. Because when the object is too hard, sometimes the fascia thinks it's an attack rather than something to release the adhesion. So it's very important, okay? And then when you roll this, if you see your toes are curling, it's a good sign. But if your toes are not even moving and reacting, that's actually not good. Because fascia connects holistically from the toe all the way to your skull. Okay, so you want to spend about 2 minutes each side. And once this side is done, you're going to switch over to this side. And just take your time, okay? You don't need to be... Also, when you do this, make sure you relax your mind. You don't want to be, okay, I'm in a hurry, let me do this real quick. No. Relax. Relax. Take a deep breath. Slow down your breathing when you do this, okay? So, next thing is we're going to roll on the bottom of the calves. Again, you want to follow the chart, which I have here. You want to follow the chart, make sure you print it out, and you write down the number of adhesions you have, the number of knots you have, and number of trigger points. When you usually have chronic pain, you're going to have a lot of adhesions and some trigger points. Trigger points, the definition of trigger points is defined if you are rolling here, right? For example, and then you feel, I feel pain over here on another area. That's a trigger point. And if you are, the adhesion is really, okay, you roll over here in this spot, you just feel it here, and then it's pretty tender, okay? And then you write down, on a scale 1 to 10, what do you rate them? Is it a 4 out of 10, or is it a 9 out of 10? Okay. Obviously, the more you roll, the more fascial fitness you have, you're going to have less of these. So over a course of 8 weeks, over a course of 12 weeks, the adhesion level in the body will go down significantly. Okay? All right. So once you're done with this, you're gonna roll on the other side. It's better to wear loose clothing. Don't wear compression pants when you try to do the rolling. That actually does the opposite. Okay? Once that is done, you want to follow the chart again. You want to roll on the shin. Okay? Both shins in the front. And you want to do something like this. Just across. And usually if you're a high-level athlete, you should not have too many of these. But if you're suffering from chronic pain, you're gonna have a lot. So pay attention to how your body's feeling.
This fascia rolling chart will identify the exact areas where the fascia adhesion lives in the body. And you can do so with the tennis ball. You can track the progress over 12 weeks. Elite athletes have very few or almost no adhesions at all. This is the elevated toe curl exercise to work the fascia in the feet.
First thing is we're gonna get a towel, okay, like this. And you want to just raise your heel a little bit. You don't want to go like all the way here, no. You want to raise your heel just slightly off the ground. And then you want to retract. You want to press the ball of the foot, really the area that aligns with your second toe. You want to press it down, and you want to curl all your toes like this, okay? And when you do this, you can see, all these tendons are moving as well. All right? And you want to do this between 2 to 5 minutes to start. And if you are doing this, you're feeling some calves and hamstring and glutes, good sign. If you don't feel anything, you have a lot to improve. And then once you're done with 2 to 3 minutes, you also want to gauge, okay, is my foot getting very sore? Is it burning? If it's sore and burning, that means you have a lot of room to improve in terms of your fascial connection. And that also means your fascia is probably not sliding, it's stagnant. Okay, the sensation should definitely go up as you become better fascial movers to the glutes. Okay, right here. Okay, and on the other side, you want to do the same. It's the same cue. Okay, also you want to compare. Okay, I did 5 minutes on one side. How do I feel on this side? Am I getting sensation to my glutes? No. But you know what? When I do on my right side, I can feel it in the glutes. What does that mean? That means you have a dominant side, you have a weaker side. And you definitely want to build up the connection better on the weaker side. And most of the time, all your chronic pain happens on your weaker side. The side that you don't even feel your glutes, and your glutes is like jello, it's like really soft. But on the other side, if you have good connection, the glutes should be firm, solid, okay? So this is very important. You want to keep on retracting the toes, just like retracting your hand fingers. You do this, 2 minutes, grabbing, you're not gonna feel, oh, my hands are burning. No, never.
People who have control issues to the toes will not be able to feel the upstream fascial connection to the glutes. As you start working on exercises and go from the first minute to the 5th minute, your feet, your hamstring, your calves will start to get sensations. The people who have a healthier side on their legs will start to experience more sensation in the glutes, while the other side will experience very little. Glass marble exercises.
This exercise, I'm going to show you how you can build up the glutes connection from the feet to the glutes, okay? A lot of times when you have knee pain, it's not because, okay, your knee is actually being damaged. Really is because the fascia is not sliding properly. Again, fascia is the continuous tissue that integrates your body. It holds your body together. It provides a tensegrity structure within you. And when the structure is compromised, you're gonna have more joint issues, okay? So what we're going to do is we're gonna have a elevated platform, or you can even use a textbook on the floor so you can step on it. So you can elevate yourself like this, and you're going to swing one of your legs. Now for the people that never felt in their glutes before, I gave you a little tool, which is a little marble. What you're going to do is you're going to pick up the marble, grab the marble using your foot, okay? So I'm going to put it right between my second toe. We're going to grab it like this. See this? I'm going to grab it like this. Perfect. Okay? I'm going to stand on one side. Hold on to something, right? If you have a wall, you can hold on to a wall. If you have a chair, you want to hold on to a chair, okay? Again, you want to have a little bit of elevation so you can swing easier, so you're not tilting your body all to the one side. You want to keep your torso straight, okay? So you're going to swing your leg like this while keeping the marble gripped, all right? And you want to do this from 2 to 5 minutes. And what you want to expect is that the opposite side, okay, not the marble side, but the opposite side that balances you, you will start to feel in your glutes. And it will burn. And if you never felt in the glutes before, you're going to feel it. Because this is tensegrity. One part moves, all parts should move. So you're moving one side, the other side has to do work as well. It's never just one side. Okay? As you go through 2 minutes, your glutes should be starting to react. It's like burning, burning firewood. You're gonna start to feel that burn. Okay, my glutes is already getting a lot of sensation now. You probably need, if you have chronic pain, you probably never felt your glutes before. And if you touch it, it's gonna be little solid, more firm than before. That's due to fascial activation. Okay, keep on doing this. You should not, if your glutes is not working on the marble side, some people will feel it in their lower back. That means the foot is really degenerated. You want to concentrate more in grabbing that marble. Okay? So that's that side. And once you're done, wow, feel a lot of sensation in the glutes. You're gonna go over here. And you're gonna swing this leg. Oops. Okay, it's very simple. Just imagine your feet, your leg is a pendulum. You're gonna swing back and forth. Be patient. Slow down your breathing. 2 to 5 minutes. Once you can't take it anymore, you stop. So if you have a lower back issue, you can still do this. You have knee problem, you can do this for sure. There's no bending, you're not gonna feel anything in the knee. No pressure. It's extremely gentle. Okay, on the left side, I'm already feeling glutes. Wow. It's extremely easy exercise. People who play soccer, they do this all the time. Just kick the ball, all right? Just swing it. Extend, kick. Extend, kick. Okay, so my glutes on this side is rock solid right now. And some of you have lower fascial connection to the glutes. You need some more time. But it's getting fired up.
This exercises you can do at home and you can start to feel some glutes connection. You can do this between 2 to 3 minutes for starters. So there you have it. 3 fascia exercises that you can continue to do at home, but they are just the tip of the iceberg. From the first exercise, you've discovered how many fascial adhesions you have on your body. You also know that people with high fascial fitness have almost no adhesions, whereas those in chronic pain have a lot, and the tenderness level is very high. So it then becomes a question how to get fascia fit. If you struggled with the second towel exercises, that shows you that your toes aren't working as they should. You have a restricted upstream sensation to your glutes, and you have a dormant glutes. This could all be contributing to the chronic pain, persistent injury, and not reaching your full potential. So, imagine what would happen if you transformed that disconnect. The third exercise, help you feel your glutes for the first time. Chances are you've never felt them this way before, let alone utilize them from your fascia to reduce things like lower back, knee pain, and shin pain. So, what if you started? Imagine not having to live with that kind of restrictive, keeping you up at night, stopping you from doing the activity you love type of pain, or being in fear of living that alive every time you step into a pitch, a track, or the gym. This is exactly where Hyperarch fascia training can help you, unlike any other mainstream solutions can. Just ask my past and present clients. So Duncan here says, I've been doing 100 reps a day for the last 3 days. 50 reps with glutes rolled forward and 50 without. My tricep tendonitis is getting better every day now. It's chronic, it's ironic because I've been rehabbing this elbow for months with traditional rehab and haven't been able to fix it. But fascial tensioning exercises work this quickly. Only did for 3 days. And Alan Ho says, interesting. I played a men's league game yesterday, the entire game. Okay, scored around 40 points with like about 10 threes. But the weird thing is, at the end of the game, my lower abs were sore and my glutes a little. But this morning, nothing really hurt muscle wise. Chongzi, I can see how NBA players can play 82 games a season and perform. I feel like using Hyperarch uses causes you to use a different system, like you said, relying less on muscle contraction. Ronald says that I don't have any pain, but noticed in the past 2 years having a harder time walking up steps and getting in and out of cars. I ordered your Novus program a couple months ago, and it's already made a bigger difference than any yoga or qigong exercise I've done. And I asked him, "Do you mind? Do I mind if I keep this feedback?" He said, "Go ahead. By the way, I'm 66 years old and have worked out all my life." So this is comparing something he has worked out prior to joining Hyperarch Fascia Training. If you want to experience results like these, then I want to help you. Listen, this is just a fraction of what you see and what I've done for my clients. I know you have heard this a million times before, especially if you struggle with pain and your life has been littered with injuries. But how many times have you been let down by the same solutions? Or quote unquote different solutions, which later down the line you'll find out aren't different at all or still produce mediocre results. I don't know what you are suffering with right now. I'm excited to hear your story, and I hope I will do soon with what I have to offer you. But let's say you are experiencing some kind of chronic pain in your knee, foot, ankle, or back, or maybe in multiple areas at the same time. You've been offered PRP injections, stem cell therapy, regenerative therapy, and even ACL or foot surgery. You've tried them and they didn't work, or after hearing some horror stories, you're reluctant to risk getting even more immobilized and restricted from them. So, you are left in a no man's land. You are told you are out of options. You either risk everything with no guarantee results or you got to live with it. Live like how you are now every single day for the rest of your life. It's bleak, but it doesn't have to be. Not anymore. What I have for you is a brand new, proven system that's not invasive or risky, and is growing in immense popularity because of the results it's capable of creating. You are not out of options. You are facing one of your best ones. There is light at the end of your chronic pain tunnel for the first time in a long time. This is the ultimate non invasive solution, approaching the problem 100% naturally and helps you reduce further injuries. It is the best solution for chronic joint pain on the market today. Introducing my one-on-one private coaching for Hyperarch fascia training. It is a 12-week program with one aim: to reduce your fascial adhesion levels dramatically and improve your fascial fitness and connection from your feet and hands to your glutes and abs. As a result, you will experience recovery and healing on a scale you have never felt before. Effortless movement and help protect yourself from future injury. Here how the program works. It is 1 hour every week. We set up a time and it is a 12-week program. Once we finish 1 hour of our exercises, depending how you do in that exercise, we're going to derive homework from it. The homework is to be done for all the 7 days, and you are asked to complete the fascia health chart every single week so we can monitor and track the progress. And the homework takes about 30 to 40 minutes to do. At the moment, we have two one-on-one private coaching programs available. Our shorter 12-week program, where our clients tend to experience results between week 5 and week 8 and week 12, when their adhesions level drop significantly and dramatically, and their fascial connection to the glutes and abs improve. When that happens, running and movement start to become effortless, no matter how much chronic pain has been holding you back or for how long. For more serious client, we have our longer 24-week program. It's like anything, and as a athlete or sports enthusiast, I am sure you understand. The longer you focus on your fascia, the more benefits you will experience, especially with my expertise by your side every step of the way. The 24-week program gives us the freedom to focus on your personal fitness goals, such as general fitness, cardio, strength, and stamina, while also addressing chronic pain. Whatever training you choose, one thing is certain: you will resolve chronic pain, recover faster, reduce the risk of future injuries, increase your athletic performance. If you are thinking, I'm not sure one on one private coaching is for me and my specific injury or pain, here's a list of common problems we've helped reduce through Hyperarch fascia training. For example, cellulites, joint pain, pain from neuroma, myofascia related pain, lower back pain, risk of ACL or MCL tear. And here's what we help reduce the risk of: sesamoid issues, Achilles tendonitis, arthritis, patella tendonitis, ankle spray, turf toe, tennis, golfer, elbows, prevent, help reduce risk of foot stress, fractures, shin splints, bow legs. Here is what we helped increase and improve: tendon compliance, bouncy steps, muscle fiber recruitment, how you recruit your glutes versus your quads, proprioception, coordination, balance, posture, positive body image, testosterone level, stamina, usefulness, holistic fascial fitness, sleep quality, pelvic floor function. That isn't all of them, and you'll be surprised how much your fascia affects your body and the potential you are losing by not understanding, or worse, not training it. That's why I want to show you step by step. I'm offering you a free consultation call with me to talk about your specific health and fitness goals and see if one of my training programs is for you. Now, before you rush to book the call, there are a few things you should know. The training programs do require investment of both your time and money. The results they produce will be truly valuable to you if you are someone who suffers from chronic pain and wants to live an active life, or someone who wants to get stronger and take their athletic to the next level and become a champion at what they do, just like our UFC champion Zhang Weili. Some people say that fascial training is the closest you can get to drinking from the fountain of youth. All I'll say to that is fascial training results speak for themselves. The two programs are an investment into a deep bodily transformation that gives you the pleasure of moving effortlessly without pain, helping protect your body from future injuries, and connecting to yourself on a much deeper level. You won't have to go to the gym every day or waste time chasing something that's unsustainable. Please only book the call if you qualify. You are not looking to get better quick schemes or miracle drugs like what you see on TV and the internet. You understand the right mentor and coach will buy your result, time, wisdom, expertise, accountability. You are resourceful and won't bitch, moan, or whine about putting in the work. How you do anything is how you do everything. You are ready to go all in for the total transformation and dedicate at least 4 to 5 hours per week on this training starting today. This opportunity isn't for everyone, as my time is limited. It's not a cheap or quick fix, but I've shown you in this session already the result is unintrusive, low risk, and something you have never experienced before. Once you build it up, it will last a lifetime. Unlike harmful pain pills and expensive and ineffective mainstream therapies that carry a lot of risk and often come with long term complications. Think about it. Why go under the knife when there's a smarter, permanent, and cheaper solution on the table in front of you right now? This truly is the tipping point with fascial training. It's your choice whether to take advantage of it now by booking a call today, or continue with your chronic pain, constant injuries, or the knowledge that you are capable of achieving more with your performance, but don't know how or exactly how to do so. Only to try traditional treatments and the same old approach that drain your patience, positivity, and bank account. And come 6 months or a year down the line, realize fascia is the only way forward. Hear everybody raving about it, and seriously kick yourself that you had the chance to be transformed by now and pay way less to do it. If you are wondering whether or not you should book a call, here are a few reasons you should not book it. Number one, you are satisfied with regular visits to physical therapists, doctors, and chiropractors that don't know how to fix your problem and say you may never fully recover. Number two, you are happy using band aid fixes like creams, braces, and anti inflammatories. That creates a false sense of security, which may do more harm than good. Number three, you love to spend days and nights researching the limitless internet, Googling complicated terms and techniques trying to find a solution to your own problem. If any of those three reasons describe you, then I would suggest you don't book the call. However, if you like to prove your specialist wrong and dance right in their face, never leave home again worried about forgetting to take your pill, apply cream, or put on a brace or insoles, or be physically active without thinking about damage you will feel the next morning, then Hyperarch fascia training is for you. Many of my clients, people just like you, no longer worry about any of these things. Look at what a few of them have to say about Hyperarch fascia training. Doing intense training, my knees would momentarily dislocate themselves, leaving me unable to walk until I popped them back into place. A month ago, I popped out over 3 times a week. This week, I haven't had the problem once, and I'm training harder than ever. I've had a chronic ankle sprains my whole athletic career, and I still have consistent popping, cracking sound feeling in my left ankle. When I first found out about the hyperarch mechanism, I tried the toe curls and static marble exercises after the workout. There was no cracking or popping feeling in my ankle. Kwang, thank you so much for healing my ankle. Achilles, 90%. Hamstring tendon, 90%. My entire body feels good and I kill my glute in every workout. You are the best athleticism coach I have ever seen. This is just a small fraction of what you will see when you do the training correctly and consistently because we see many messages like these every week. So, why not join us today and book a call? Right now, I'm focused on building on Fascia's amazing transformative reputation. I wouldn't risk putting us through one of the programs if I determined doing our call were not a good fit. So you truly have nothing to lose by booking the call. If you are ready to book your zero obligation fascial consultation call to find out if one on one private coaching is for you, click the button on the screen. I'm doing all the calls. So once I'm fully booked, I'm booked. I will not sit on this if you are interested because we only work with 10 to 15 clients per month. Like I said, right at the start, some people say seeing is believing, where the fascist is concerned, feeling is believing. But it's also valuable to hear from others too about their experience. So I want to finish off this session with this.
I have a condition known as hypermobility, where the joints get very extremely flexible. All of the specialists are telling me that yeah, injuries are just something you got to deal with. You can strengthen that up from every kind of injury you can imagine: foot pain, ankle pain, Achilles pain, shin pain, knee pain, hip pain, lower back pain, nasty shoulder injury that I've had for best part of 25 years now. Calling this in February 2021.
You have been doing physio for how long?
Oh man, in physio for about 12 years. Spent a lot of money and a lot of time. Met some really good physios down the years. I've met some really good people in their soul. You know, they want to help people. There's a guy I said, the guy's crazy. But when I thought about it, the guy is, it makes sense. You know, I know what fascia is and related to hypermobility and how it works in the joints. You know, I've done all of the reading down the years, and I said to myself, this guy might be onto something actually. And I saw a couple of the testimonials, and he's working with the UFC lady, and he had a basketball player, I think, on his testimonials page. Lots around the internet, people were talking about him. I said, okay, all right, let me take a chance. Let me see what you can do. All right. So I took a chance, did a session of 12. And within the first 5 weeks, 5, 6 weeks roughly, what happened was this. Um, I'd say about 80% of my foot pain disappeared. Ankle pain disappeared. Achilles pain disappeared. Shin splint's gone. Uh, Knee pain went. Side of the hip pain went. After about 8 weeks, I'd say about 90% of my lower back pain had gone. Um, Started moving up into the sort of mid back, and I've had problems in the upper back. I'm still working on those, but it's disappearing fast. I'm telling you.
Okay, so we're coming to the close of the session now. This is officially your last chance to book a free zero obligation fascia consultation call with me. On the call, we will first identify how fascia can help you and your specific injury or setback. Work through any concerns you may have about moving forward. Set out a plan of attack for the training program that works on your schedule, and then see if you're qualified. Click the button now on the screen to book the call. Remember, once the slots available are gone, they're gone. Thanks so much for coming to the session. I hope to get to know your story more deeply on our consultation call. And make sure to keep those 3 exercises I demonstrated. Thank you.